The Provincial Lady Goes Further by E.M. Delafield. Read by Georgina Sutton for Ukemi Audiobooks. June the 9th. Life takes on entirely new aspect, owing to astonishing and unprecedented success of minute and unpretentious literary effort, published last December, and incredibly written by myself. Reactions of family and friends to this unforeseen state of affairs, most interesting and varied. Dear Vicky and Robin, more than appreciative, although not allowed to read book, and compare me variously to Shakespeare, Dickens, author of the Dr. Dolittle books, and writer referred to by Vicky as Lamb's Tales. Mademoiselle, who has read book, only says, "Ah, je m'en doutais bien," which makes me uneasy, although cannot exactly say why. Robert says very little indeed, but sits with copy of book for several evenings and turns over a page quite often. Eventually he shuts it and says, "Yes." I ask what he thinks of it, and after a long silence he says that it is funny, but does not look amused. Later he refers to financial situation, as well he may, since it has been exceedingly grave for some time past, and we agree that this ought to make a difference. Conversation is then diverted to merits or demerits of the dole, about which Robert feels strongly, and I try to be intelligent, but do not bring it off, and difficulty of obtaining satisfactory raspberries from old and inferior canes. June the 12th. Letter from Angela arrives, expressing rather needless astonishment at recent literary success. Also note from Aunt Gertrude, who says that she has not read my book and does not, as a rule, care about modern fiction, as nothing is left to the imagination. Personally, am of opinion that this, in Aunt Gertrude's case, is fortunate, but do not, of course, write back and say so. Cissy Crabbe, on postcard picturing San Francisco but bearing Norwich postmark as usual, says that a friend has lent her copy of book and she is looking forward to reading it. Most unlike dear Rose, who unhesitatingly spends 7 and 6pence on acquiring it, in spite of free copy presented to her by myself on day of publication. Customary communication from bank, drawing my attention to a state of affairs which is only too well known to me already, enables me to write back in quite unwonted strain of optimism, assuring them that large cheque from publishers is hourly expected. Follow this up by much less confidently worded epistle to gentleman who has recently become privileged to act as my literary agent, inquiring when I may expect money from publishers, and how much. Cook sends in a message to say that there has been a misfortune with the chops, and shall she make...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?